Russia, for many, many years, has deployed defenses as they were entitled to under the ABM treaty, and that didn't seem to destabilize the situation. I don't quite understand why 10 interceptors based in Poland aimed at a threat that also threatens Russia would therefore be destabilizing. On the contrary, I think it would diminish the value to Iran and others who are pursuing these kinds of weapons, of pursuing those programs, and holding Europe and the United States and others at risk.
We'll just make a couple of brief opening remarks. Without further ado, I'll turn it over.
We've had to go through this kind of discussion with our friends and allies in Japan, who have deployed a similar kind of radar. So we think the questions can be answered, and the best way to deal with both the understandable questions and sometimes the fears that are exaggerated that are being aroused by opponents is by providing facts to answer those questions.
Some remarks and then be happy to take your questions. Esther, for you.
That we look forward to discussions with our Russian friends about missile defense issues, both to ease their concerns. Of course, we've had multiple high-level discussions with the Russians before, but if we have to keep explaining this, we are happy to do so. And to the degree to which the Russians are ready, I certainly think that cooperation with Russia is something we would be interested in.
You already have some NATO countries that are sharing.
The Poles were obviously interested in the bilateral relationship with the United States. They expressed concerns about any additional insecurities or pressures from the Russians. They want to deepen their cooperation with the United States, but they want to. Polish government is quite clearly going to negotiate based on its own national interests, and I expect they will negotiate strongly, as is the Polish habit.
That your position is the right one.
Well, I'm aware.
We initially turned our attention to North Korea because we felt that that had the higher sense of urgency, and we believe that that was somewhat justified by the activities last summer. We have since begun to turn our attention to Iran as well. Modifying a radar in the United Kingdom is one of the first steps of that. And then being able to provide and extend this coverage to our allies and our deployed forces in the European theater against an emerging Iranian threat is clearly what we are geared toward.
Selected, and could you name it? Thank you.